Narrated by Abu Huraira, Allah's Messenger peace be upon him was asked, "What is the best deed?" He replied, "To believe in Allah and His Apostle Muhammad." The questioner then asked, "What is the next in goodness?" He replied, "To participate in jihad or religious fighting in Allah's cause." The questioner again asked, "What is the next in goodness?" He replied, "To perform Hajj or pilgrimage to Mecca Mabrar, which is accepted by Allah and is performed with the intention of seeking Allah's pleasure only and not to show off and without committing a sin and in accordance with the traditions of the Prophet." Narrated by Sa'd, Allah's Messenger peace be upon him distributed zakat amongst a group of people while I was sitting there, but Allah's Messenger peace be upon him left a man whom I thought the best of the lot. I asked, "O Allah's Messenger peace be upon him, why have you left that person?" "By Allah, I regard him as a faithful believer." The Prophet peace be upon him commented, "Or merely a Muslim?" I remained quiet for a while, but could not help repeating my question because of what I knew about him. And then asked Allah's Messenger peace be upon him, "Why have you left so and so?" "By Allah, he is a faithful believer." The Prophet peace be upon him again said, "Or merely a Muslim?" And I could not help repeating my question because of what I knew about him. Then the Prophet peace be upon him said, "O Sa'd, I give to a person while another is dearer to me, for fear that he might be thrown on his face in the fire by Allah." Narrated by Abdullah bin Amr, a person asked Allah's Messenger peace be upon him, "What sort of deeds in or what qualities of Islam are good?" He replied, "To feed the poor and greet those whom you know and those whom you don't know." Narrated by Ibn Abbas, the Prophet peace be upon him said, "I was shown the hellfire and that the majority of its dwellers were women who were ungrateful. It was asked, do they disbelieve in Allah, or are they ungrateful to Allah? He replied, they are ungrateful to their husbands and are ungrateful for the favors and the good or charitable deeds done to them. If you have always been good or benevolent to one of them and then she sees something in you not of her liking, she will say, I have never received any good from you." Narrated by Al-Maryur, at Ar Rabadha I met Abu Dhar who was wearing a cloak and his slave too was wearing a similar one. I asked about the reason for it. He replied, "I abused a person by calling his mother with bad names." The Prophet said to me, "O Abu Dhar, did you abuse him by calling his mother with bad names? You still have some characteristics of ignorance. Your slaves are your brothers and Allah has put them under your command. So whoever has a brother under his command should feed him of what he eats and dress him of what he wears. Do not ask them, slaves, to do things beyond their capacity or power, and if you do so, then help them."